What is up, everybody? We are back in the building. Please do me a favor. Give me a one in the comments if you can hear me okay. We have a very funny, interesting topic. We have three topics to discuss tonight. And trust me when I tell you that we are going to get through every last one of them. Before we get into it, let's do a little bit of a internal housekeeping, as they say. Um, if you look in the comments, you'll see the link for the StreamYard. If you want to come up and give a comment on anything that we discussed tonight, feel free to click the link. Come on up here. We'll be happy to have you. You can give your opinion on anything I say live in real time. Secondly, if you would like to or are in a position to contribute to the stream, there is pinned at the top of the chat, the live chat, the link to our PayPal and our Cash App for contributions. We are demonetized at the moment. Contributing through PayPal or Cash App helps me just keep on doing this, meeting up with you guys and getting it cracking and talking about the latest topics that are coming to our attention, the latest topics that are developing. First and foremost, now that we're in here, what up, Afro Cuz TV? It's been a while, my brother. I see you. First and foremost, your boy Tariq Aloysius Nasheed is at it again, right? Your boy is at it again. He is now in his desperate attempt to deflect away from the fact that he is unable to deliver on his empty promise of securing reparations in the form of cash payments for his cult group, his hate group called Foundational Black Americans. Tariq Nasheed has found another target to aim his bullying, his anger, his vitriol, and his jealousy at. And his latest target is none other than Fresh and Fit's Myron Gaines. Tariq Nasheed failed to deliver reparations in the form of cash payments to his cult group called FBA. And to deflect away from that fact and distract these people away from the last 5 years of their life that he absolutely wasted, he has found a target to direct his jealousy, his anger, his vitriol, and his hatred at. And that target is none other than Fresh and Fit's Myron Gaines. Looking at what I saw today on X, and I'm going to show you what it is in a second here, it made me ask myself a very serious question. And the question that I asked myself should be a question that every single member of this FBA or ADOS or even the reparations movement in general should ask themselves. First, I want to play you what I'm talking about. But real quick, I think I hear a little crackling in my mic. Do you guys hear crackling in the microphone? I think I hear something. Hold on. I think I hear a little distortion in my microphone, and I do not want to be talking with distortion. Okay. So, okay, cool. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I want to show you what I saw today. And I mean, honestly, if you want to come up and give your opinion or you just want to drop your opinion in the comments, I'm cool with it. Because I need to know if our people are okay with this. You failed to deliver reparations. You subverted the ADOS movement, American Descendants of Slaves movement. You took people to your side, right? And you promised them that you were going to show them how to get reparations. And I quote, I'm going to show you how to get reparations, Tariq. And in 5 years of taking their money, because you know, he couldn't just do it for free. He couldn't just work pro bono. He couldn't just actually fight and receive his reward at the end when the goal was reached, right? No, Tariq had to get his bag or his reparations right now. Y'all had to pay him to lead y'all to reparations. And in my experience, if I pay you to do a job, I expect you to deliver on the job that you promised me you were capable of doing. That's why a lot of these days, even these ambulance chasing lawyers, they'll tell you, if you don't get paid, I don't get paid. So FBA got a raw deal. They could have struck up a better deal with a fake fraudulent ambulance chasing lawyer than they were able to get from Tariq, right? Mr. Bojangles himself. At least if they would have got one of these scamming ambulance chasing LA lawyers, that lawyer would have worked as hard as he could to get the reparations. Because if you don't get paid, he doesn't get paid. Now tell me how we ended up on the back end of 5 years, and Tariq has gotten paid 10 times over in the millions, right? Upwards of $2 million he's earned. He's gotten paid. And yet you don't got 2 pennies to rub together that came from any type of reparations payment. Explain that to me. FBA has been totally bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok, and Tariq is laughing all the way to the bank. But this is what I saw today. Tariq Nasheed making light and making fun of a very serious situation involving our fellow African brothers and sisters in the country of Sudan. This woman by the name of Lee makes a post on X. Now, this woman's not involved in any FBA beef, none of this stuff. She's just making an appeal to people to have some compassion and sympathy for her country that is in the middle of a devastating war where people are losing their lives. Women, children, innocent people are being hurt by what's going on. She says Sudan is bleeding. There's little to no mainstream media coverage of the deadly ethnic cleansing / genocide going on there. Yet thousands of people have been slaughtered, whole families and villages murdered, and several others being tortured daily. Millions of people have been displaced, and millions are in need of medical attention there. Millions have no access to medical care, water, food, etc. And yet Sudan is a large landmass with fertile soil amongst several other resources. Then she gives a list of the natural resources that Sudan has. So Tariq, in his effort to make and crack jokes about Myron, he decides to make fun of this situation. I don't understand why Tariq does this. I don't understand what he gained from this. And even on a larger note, I don't understand why there's a group of people called FBA who allows themselves to be associated with this type of disrespect, right? The whole time screaming that others are disrespecting them. I don't see any so-called tethers making fun of the civil rights movement. I don't see any African people making fun of what happened with Trayvon Martin or what happened with George Floyd or what more recently happened with Daniel Penny. It's like everything we claim other people are doing to us, we're doing way worse to them, right? And when the white boy has his arm around the neck of Jordan Neely, we're victims. We're helpless. Please help us. What are we going to do? Look at this racism. Right? And that was one person. One person. A couple thousand black people killed every year by the police. Oh my God, it's an outrage. The whole world should stand with us and come to our aid. But when we see a situation with millions of people dying, when we see a situation with millions of people dying, right? And I messed up on my adjustment of my camera, doggone it. If a couple of, hold on. If a couple of thousand African American people are killed every year by the police, it is a travesty and it is an outrage, right? But if a couple of million Sudanese people, African people like us die in a senseless genocide, right? It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke to us. Nah, Brandon, it's not a joke. Yes, it is. Because I'm looking at our people making fun, making jokes, and making light of serious situations that are developing around the world. Let's keep it a buck. And they're doing it all in the name of getting reparations. But help me understand one thing. Why would anyone at all, give anything to a group of people who could be this damn heartless? Why would anyone have sympathy for a group of people who have no sympathy for anyone else? That's my question. And as I'm saying this to you, right, I'm getting in my bag. I'm trying to get my freaking camera right. As I'm saying this to you, I'm reminded of a story. I'm reminded of a story that is very similar to this situation, to what we're dealing with. Stay with me here. There's a story in the Bible about two slaves. In that story, one slave owes his master money. The slave does not have the money to pay back his master when it is time to make good on the debt. The slave goes to the master and he says, "Master, I don't have your money. I've fallen on hard times. My wife is sick. My kids need new shoes. The dog just had to go to the vet. The crops ain't growing right. And I just don't have the money." And you know what the master does? He says, "Get up off the ground." Because the slave was so desperate for his master's forgiveness, he went down on his knees. The master said, "Get up off the ground." He said, "Your debt is forgiven. Get out of here, go to your family, and just hug them, love them, and be happy that you have been absolved of this debt and this responsibility or this obligation." The slave is overjoyed. "Thank you, master. Thank you so much." Whoo, it was a relief, right? You ever open up one of them bills and you've been dreading that bill coming, and then you open up that bill and you find out, oh, you had a credit for X amount of dollars, and that credit offset the bill that you owe. Boy, you be like, woo-hoo, money. Because you was dread that bill was going to take your last. You know that feeling of relief? I imagine that's the level of relief that slave felt. But you know what this damn slave did? You know what this FBA-like slave did? He didn't go home to his family. He didn't go out to the street and tell the other slaves how the master had forgiven him of his debt that he owed. This no good, dirty rascal went and found another slave that owed him money. And when the slave got down on his knees and said, I don't have your money. You know the crops didn't grow right. You know all of our kids got sick and and they passed it to each other and we had to all take our kids to the damn doctor and he was taxing. You know that your dog and my dog got in a fight and your dog bit my dog and my dog bit your dog and both our dogs had to go to the vet. You know what happened. You've been out here in these streets. Please give me some more time and I will give you your money. Do you know what this no good slave did? He didn't show the same forgiveness and kindness and compassion that he asked for from his master and received. No, he beat that other slave down. And not only did he beat that slave down, he called the law on that slave and said, throw him in jail because he owes me money and he has failed to pay me. And they carted him off because back in those days, you go to jail if you didn't pay your debts. And they threw that other slave in jail. And that slave got in that cell and he wept and he cried and he sobbed. And that other slave, the bad one, the no good slave, he walked down the street and in his mind, he told himself, serves him right. He should have gave me my money. How dare he borrow my money and not pay me back? But it wasn't over, kinfolk. It was not over. See, because the master of all the slaves caught wind of what that no good, low down, dirty slave had done. He called that slave back before him and he said, what is this I'm hearing about you beating another slave in the courtyard? He said, Master, you don't understand. He owes me money. What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just let him get away without paying me my money? The master looked at the slave. He looked at the slave much in the way we look at Tariq Nasheed and we look at FBA. The master looked at that slave and said, but wasn't it I who just forgave you and absolved you of your responsibility to pay me back in even greater debt than that which was owed to you? And that no good slave, he's like most people who are just ignorant. He was like most people who just got some hatred up in their heart. He made an effort. He practiced what I like to call willful ignorance. So he could not see the point that the master was making. But he owed me. But he owed me. Right? The master said, you know what? You're right. He owed you and he didn't pay you. And because he didn't pay you, you know what? He deserved to go to jail. But you know what? You owe me. And you didn't pay me. And if all things are equal and even, you deserve the same fate. And the master called up the law and said, this no good, ungrateful slave did not pay me the debt he owed me. And he threw him in jail. He threw him in jail. And that slave sat in that cell. And if he's like FBA and these folks, these ignorant folks, he probably sat in that cell and still didn't get the point that the master was trying to communicate with him. That is Tariq Nasheed. And that is the people who follow him, known as FBA. See, on one hand, they're asking the white man for mercy. They're asking the white man for forgiveness. They're not just asking the white man. They're asking the citizens of the United States of America to bestow empathy, to have empathy and sympathy for them, for us, really, and our unique experience and struggle in the North American theater. You don't understand. Our people were forced to come here to work and build this country for free. And we deserve, as their ancestors, as their offspring, their descendants, we deserve some type of compensation for that. Please try to understand where we're coming from. And there are some people who try to understand. And there's some people who have a heart and they say, even though I don't really understand it all, look, I support it because it makes sense on its face, right? On the surface. But then FBA goes back and does things like this. It's not enough that they are descendants of slaves asking for people to bestow sympathy upon them. That's not enough. It can only be characteristic of FBA if they turn around and do to someone else exactly what they are lamenting being done to them. Make me understand that. How do you sit up and ask for reparations? How do you sit up and ask for sympathy? Because that's the only, at this point, that's really the only argument they got is the sympathy argument. Because legally speaking, it's impossible. Socially speaking, most people don't support it. So the only real recourse they have, the only real chance they have is if somebody or the citizens of this American Republic feel sorry enough for them that they decide collectively to give them some reparations. But why would they? Why would anyone give anything to a group of people as heartless as these? That's my question. Why would anyone feel sympathy, remorse, regret, anything resembling that for a group of people such as these? It doesn't make any sense. Mikal, Myron Gaines won't discuss this crisis because his Arab lineage is connected to the Arab Janjaweed tribe responsible for massacring indigenous Sudanese. Okay, so you're not even hurting Myron at this point if he's really connected to that tribe like they say. So you doing this is not shaming Myron. You doing this is just making light of a very serious situation involving other people who have nothing to do with you and Myron's little female-esque catfight. Jody here has some sense. Ignorant. What is Myron going to do? You acting like he's supposed to stop all this. Just creating division where it definitely don't need to be. Somebody said right here, Myron's uncle almost got killed in Sudan. My parents asked me for $3,000 to get my uncle out of the country. Until FBA in words stop committing crimes, we will continue to roast them. So they coming back at these dudes. The religion of peace, they always say. Man said and got on to the United States. So they are making fun of this. He's too busy holding his Klan meetings. He's such a self-hating boot-licking sand N-word that loves his oppressive white zaddy. He'll never open his mouth and speak the truth. You know what's funny? Myron might not open his mouth and speak on this situation, but Myron ain't making light of the situation. That's the part for me that really eats me up. Myron might not speak on it because he doesn't want to, because maybe he's conflicted over it. But I don't see Myron using it to make fun of other Sudanese people. I didn't see and this is what we do. This is what we do as African Americans. You got this fool right here. Big emoji guy says, Myron hates his true self more than Khalid, right? These people are talking about facts, FBA, B1, real talk. It's time to be a man, Myron, right? But did you guys hear Myron making fun of George Floyd? Did you guys hear see Myron posting videos of the George Floyd death, saying, see, this is what y'all get. Y'all should follow the law. And da-da-da. He may have had his opinions on it, but he did not make light of the situation. He did not make it seem like that man's death was something to be scoffed at or something that was unimportant. He didn't there is not one comedian on earth that is making a joke out of what's going on in Sudan. There's not one comedian on earth, black, white, blue, green, nothing, who made a joke about what happened to George Floyd. There's not one comedian on earth who made a joke about what happened to Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, Sonya Massey? I don't know her name. Not one. Other groups see stuff like that happen to Black Americans, and they sympathize and they empathize and they say, you know what? It's disrespectful to make light of someone else, another group's tragedy. But not Tariq, not the African American, not the number one Negro with his hands out, right? Not the number one Negro. He talks ish about George Floyd all the time. I never heard Myron make fun of George Floyd. I've never heard that. Like I already said that, Frank White, open your ears up. I said he might have his opinions on the situation. I have my opinions on the situation. Candace Owens has her opinions on the situation. But I don't see a single person associated with Myron or Myron himself making a joke out of what happened with George Floyd. They're not like, George Floyd, this, ha, 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 ha. I don't see that. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. And George Floyd is one person. We're talking millions and millions of people being hurt and killed. It's wrong, Frank White. You know it's wrong. And you should be ashamed to even try to defend it. Even if he did make fun of George Floyd, there is nothing he could do that would make that okay what Tariq and his make okay what Tariq and his FBA minions are doing. I'm keeping it real. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to make it like, oh, yeah, oh, okay, so he made fun of George Floyd. All right, that's cool. Then go get him. Right? There's no way we're going to do that. There's no way I would be okay with my people doing that. But our people are okay with this type of stuff. We sit up and defend and protect people who do this kind of nonsense, who make fun of people at, when they're down and out, when they're at their worst. You don't do that. And really, you can do whatever you want. But the idiocy in the whole situation is these same people expect other groups of people to help them and sympathize with them and give them something. If you go online for 5 minutes to an FBA group, that is all it would take for anyone who knows anything about the reparations struggle or movement. It would take 5 minutes to say, we ain't giving these niggas shit. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. It would take them about 5 minutes. They don't even have to interact with FBA or ADOS. All they would have to do is sit on one of these spaces and listen to what they're talking about. And they would say, these people don't deserve a penny. And y'all know that. You guys know that. We're not dumb. We're adults here. We know that. We know how easily offended people in America are over any little thing. Yet, these FBA people get online, disrespect other groups, laugh and make fun of other groups' tragic moments, right? Call them out, argue with them, trip on them about God knows what. And then we turn around and beg them for change. Look at all those people dying over there in another country. Look at y'all stupid. Y'all this, that, y'all Africans. Can you please call your congressman so he can help us vote for us to get some reparations? Do you realize how dumb we look? Do y'all realize how dumb we look? I'm telling you guys, if you still think with these people on the internet representing you and making your people look bad, if you are still dumb enough to think that somebody is about to support this idea of you getting reparations, you are outside of your damn mind. As a matter of fact, the one group who did support you getting reparations, right? The one group that did support us getting reparations, the continental African immigrants and the Caribbean immigrants, we've totally alienated them. Most FBA has totally alienated them. So now, even though they might not speak against you, they're not going to do anything to help you or assist you or vouch for you or join forces with you. They like, I don't give a damn if you get it or not. I won't be a part of helping you get it, because all you did, once you didn't get what you want immediately, you turned on everybody and started taking shots at everybody. You started throwing rocks and hiding your hand. You started punching other people in the face while yelling, "Stop hitting me." We're the consummate victim, but we are the consistent victimizer of other groups of people. And Tariq goes after somebody like Myron Gaines, cracking jokes and making these FBA weirdos feel big about themselves. And it's like, bro, you guys are so weak as a group that you have to bully on one single guy with a relatively small podcast. He's not on like Mr. Beast level or like Tim Pool's level or even Joe Rogan's level. You guys have to punch down on one guy with a podcast to make yourself feel better about yourself. If you're gonna, Tariq, this is my message for Tariq. This is my message, and you know what? I want to get this guy's name right. What's the guy? The California reparations bill author. What was it? Bradford. I think his name was Bradford. What's his first name? What's his first name, guys? Is it Steve Bradford? Because Tariq, he's making you guys look dumb out here. Because he's going to sit up and he's going to make fun of Myron. And he's going to make fun of Sudan in the tragedy, in the genocide going down over there, right? But he's not going to say a word about this California congressman, a black man, right? A black man, Stephen Bradford, who actually is the author of the California reparations bill. But when the bill was brought to the California Congress, refused to second the motion of a white Republican, an Arab, Middle Eastern Republican congressman who motioned for the bill to be voted on. Stephen Bradford's motion to second, if Stephen Bradford would have seconded the motion to vote on that bill, it would have forced the California Congress to vote on that bill. How do you author a bill but refuse to second a motion to actually vote on the bill? Understand that. And I got a bigger question. I got a bigger question than that. How do you author a bill, refused to second the motion to vote on the bill, spit in the face of Black California residents, and then these Negroes turn around and reelect you to the same position 3 months later, 2 months later. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. And the bigger question is this. What, Tariq, you live in California. Why the fuck are you worried about what's going on with Myron and what's going on in Sudan when you need to worry about how you done took all these people's money, promising them that you were going to help them get reparations, and reparations was right at the doorstep, supposedly, and you didn't do a single thing to get that thing passed or signed into law or even voted on. And when the guy refused to vote on it, when Stephen Bradford refused to second the motion to have it voted on, you never even mentioned his freaking name. You never even criticized him. You never even used your platform to bring awareness to the situation that there were Black people who were undermining the reparations fight in California. You just deflect to jokes and laughs. Those are the questions that need to be asked. And those are the questions that need to be answered. But you know what Tariq does? He doesn't fight for you. He doesn't fight for you. He's not like, you know what, this is a travesty. How the hell this dude authored the bill but won't second the motion to vote on it? He doesn't do that. You know what old Aloysius, that's the nickname I gave him. Tariq Aloysius Nasheed, Mr. Bojangles himself. You know what Mr. Bojangles does? He say, you know what? Black people gonna be straight. We just gonna have a comedy show for ROTC. How you pronounce it, y'all? Arutasusi. Arutasusi, from the rooter to the tusi. Looks like tissue on the back end of that word. Tissue. That's what he does. You can see it right there. This is what Dewan B and Tariq gonna do. They gonna make y'all feel better by throwing a comedy jam. What Negroes do best. And y'all clowning Sudan. Y'all making fun of Myron. Myron is rich. He's doing fine. Y'all making fun of Sudan while hollering that y'all under genocide in America. Right? But if y'all was under genocide, show me one group of people on earth who under genocide, but they have enough time, leisure time, to go have comedy shows. Very publicly advertised comedy shows. What happened to the threat of racism? Racism. What happened to that? We under threat, but come to LA to the museum, so-called museum, where, remember, the white supremacist was vandalizing this place, allegedly. Remember Tariq was saying that white supremacist is vandalizing the museum. Y'all so chill, shit's so good, right? That this guy has time to throw a comedy jam 4 days before Christmas. Make it make sense. Arutatusi. Mama say, mama sa, mama tusa. Make it make sense to me, you guys. We're under the threat of death 24 hours a day. From what Tariq say, we living up under the Klan. The Klan rolling around in paddy wagons trying to string brothers up, according to Tariq. But yet, we'll still find time, right? We'll still find time to have a comedy jam in the middle of Los Angeles. Make it make sense to me. With that being said, don't be like this unfaithful, this disloyal, jealous, hateful slave, or this disloyal, hateful group of people that's calling themselves FBA. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be out here begging while you out here trying to punch down on people. Because if that's what you're going to do, you might as well let the reparations movement dissipate, because you ain't getting shit from nobody doing that. I promise you. Nobody is helping a group of people that all they do, as soon as they get a little bit of mobilization, they punch down on people. Why would they give you money? Why would you take a group like FBA, a hate-filled group, right, And I ain't talking about Black Americans and I ain't talking about African Americans. I'm talking about specifically the hate cult called FBA, right? Why would anyone give them money? That's the same. That's like Biden giving Iran billions of dollars. Everybody know if you give Iran billions of dollars, they're going to sponsor terrorism around the world. Why would you give FBA, this hate group, billions of dollars so they could use the money to spread their message of hatred, vitriol, and jealousy all over to whoever will listen to it? We know they won't. We know they won't use the money for that. They'll spend up the money, then turn around and start trying to blame every other group as to why they spent up their money so fast, right? Even Tariq said that. Even your Lord and Savior Tariq said that if you gave Black people money, they'll just waste the shit and it'll be gone in a couple of months, right? Tariq definitely needs to drop another hip hop single so I can have something to laugh at. You ain't lying. You ain't lying about that, kinfolk. But guys, we're going to transition to our next topic. I know a lot of you only came to hear about Tariq. I mean, you hear his name and you come running. I don't know why that is, but that's the way it is sometimes. I want to first give a shout out to every single person watching, joining us here for this broadcast. I would like to give a shout out to any and everybody who supports our stream monetarily through Cash App or PayPal or even Zelle. The links are posted at the top. And I want to go into this thing with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Another misstep and I think blunder on behalf of the foundational Black Negroes. Everywhere you look, you go to any hood around the globe. I mean, around the globe, but especially in the Black neighborhood, you got people talking about how Kendrick Lamar cooked Drake. Drake is a weenie. Kendrick Lamar cooked him. They not like us. They not like us. Right? Right. Then to add insult to injury as far as Drake is concerned, Jay-Z selects Kendrick Lamar to perform at the Super Bowl next year in February. Black people in the ghetto was on top of the world. Finally, we got a chance to stick it to this guy that we hate, Drake. Why Black people, why ignorant Black people hate Drake? I don't know. I really don't know, right? It's like we find a person who never did anything to us, because I don't know what Drake has done to the African American community. I mean, he technically is part of the African American community because his dad is Black from Tennessee. Drake is like a U.S. citizen at this point because his dad is. He's Black, looking like somebody's old uncle. Why we hate Drake, no one can tell you. No one. I've asked people so much, so many times, why do Black people, why do so many African Americans, especially hood boogers, why do they despise Drake? I don't know. I don't know why. And most of us don't know. Most of us don't know. Right? And we know it's just hate. We're the number one group, right? We're the number one group that hates on Drake. Every other group of people on earth loves Drake. He makes good music. I have a better musical ear than most of y'all. And Drake makes pretty damn good music. Not too much cussing, not too over the top. I feel like he pours out a lot of his heart in his music, his real feelings, whether it's involving these women or whatever. I like that. I like people get real, right, in their music. No one knows why they hate him. But what they do know is they love Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. They not like us. So when Kendrick Lamar came out going after Drake, calling Drake names, calling him a pedophile and whatnot, people were celebrating. Black folks thought, man, we done stuck it to the half-white man Drake. Aubrey, as he's called, right? And I guess that was the win for them. I don't know. But who had as is most often the case, who had the last laugh in the end? Right? Chuku, I love your comment. Let me get this. They hate Drake because of jealousy. What is involved here is envy, i.e., the dissatisfaction produced in men, not by what they lack, but by what others have. Right. Dalhana said, because Drake is fake. He act like he went through FBA struggle. He was a privileged kid from the start. I don't ever hear Drake talking about he went through a struggle like FBA. I've listened to Drake's music. Drake talks about growing up in a poor area. He did. Drake talks about his mom being depressed. She was and is. He talked about his family not sticking together as tightly as they should. They didn't. He talked about his dad not being around. He wasn't. A lot of that's like, look, if you talk about your father not being around for you when you were young, you've basically summed up the experience of 99% of the FBAs who went through the struggle. You didn't struggle because you lived in a bad neighborhood. You struggled because your father wasn't around. You grew up in a single parent home, so you didn't have the things that all the other kids had, primarily the love and affection of a father on a day-to-day basis, right? But I'm not here to defend what Drake went through because y'all don't know what he went through. Only he knows what he went through, right? And when you went through the struggle, it's very hard to fake that. And when I hear Drake talk about, I don't hear Drake faking that. I don't hear Drake acting tough. I don't hear nothing like that. I hear Drake mostly making love songs about women that he want that don't want him. That's all I hear him talking about mostly. But you're right. I believe it's jealousy, right? Azael said Drake is the ultimate success. So blacks associate him with oppression. I agree with that too. Right? But they'll never admit it. But there's an old saying, the best revenge is massive success, right? So Kendrick Lamar has had big success with his They Not Like Us. He's won the diss record battle with Drake. Yay, you win, right? But from what I'm looking at, Drake has had the last laugh. Drake has had the last laugh. Because if what I've been reading is correct, Drake has signed a deal, a brand deal. His OVO clothing brand, his OVO label has signed a merchandising deal with the NFL worth upwards of $600 million. Drake has signed a deal with the NFL, and all I got right now, because I'm trying to pull it up, but for some reason it don't want to act right. All I got right now is AI confirming it. Drake has signed a deal worth in excess of $600 million with the NFL. So Kendrick Lamar, and this is such a black person type of moment, Kendrick Lamar is going to perform at the Super Bowl. You don't get paid a penny to perform at the Super Bowl. You don't get anything. Basically, you use their platform, and that brings you more recognition, buzz, gets you some new fans, right? You tend to not make anything performing at the Super Bowl. So Drake gets to give a free concert at the Super Bowl, right? I mean, Kendrick Lamar gets to give a free concert at the Super Bowl. And Drake is about to pull $600 million out of the NFL. Who won that? Who won that battle? Who won that battle in the end? I said this a long time ago on my channel. Negroes think that being able to crack a joke on somebody is power. They think that's a flex. Oh, nigga, look at your shoes. What are those? Goof troop. Straight up. This dude, Drake, just made a straight up power move. 600 million for your ass, nigga. They not like us. You're right. They're not dumb like us. They don't think cracking a joke on somebody is a flex like we do. You're 100% right. Their kids are getting bar mitzvahed. Not like our kids getting 5 to 10. Not like our daughters getting knocked up in high school. They not like us. That ain't no damn flex. That ain't no flex, dog. That should be worn like a badge of shame. And then to add insult to injury, this fool is now boning Kim Kardashian. They hooked up. They official now. The woman that the head Negro Kanye wanted, well, married, wifed up, had kids by, Drake now got her, snagged her. I'm sorry, that's a bigger catch than Rihanna any day of the week. I mean, she's a bit more ran through, but I think it's a bigger flex to be rolling around with Kim K than be rolling around with Rihanna. I'm just saying. Whichever way. Nah. Kim K is not an L, bro. That's not an L. Especially when you look at the way she came through for Kanye and was so supportive of bro. Come on, bro. When you in debt damn near $1 billion and your girl create a damn app game and get so much bread off of it that she pays your debt off, how is that an L, bro? Y'all dudes just running around with females, I love her, who won't even give your ass $20. And she paid off a huge debt for Kanye. That's a bag right there. A female who could do something like that? Bro, you living wrong, like my brother Robert say, if you think that's an L. Y'all Negroes worried about the wrong, oh, how many bodies she got? Shit, is she fucking with you? That's what you need to be worried about. If you in a bind, if you stuck, if you in a pinch, she gonna come try to help pull you up out of that? Or she gonna sit at home, baby, I don't know what to do, but nobody's touched my pussy. See how far that's gonna get you. See how far that's gonna get you. When they repossessing your damn car. Yeah, man, but my girl only had 3 sexual partners in her whole life. And all 3 of them was probably better than you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Y'all don't know what's valuable. Y'all don't know where the real money's at, dog. Come on, man. Y'all don't even know what a flex is, bro. This man cracked some jokes and made a bunch of Negroes in the projects laugh at Drake for a little bit. Drake turned around and signed an OVO deal worth $600 million with the NFL. Stop yourself. Slap your freaking self. Get the hell out of here. We ain't that dumb. We ain't come too far. We ain't fell too far to see that yet. That's the flex. Y'all celebrating the damn the minstrel show. Y'all sitting up cheering like trained seals for a damn minstrel show, the vaudeville. They over here cashing checks. They cashing out. They over here cashing out, bro. They cashing out. Especially black people. You can't even get invited to a damn Kendrick Lamar concert. He throw a concert, it's mostly Mexicans. Stop yourself. And you think you flexed on somebody. I wish somebody would come, hey, but Drake didn't, man, you a damn fool if you think Kendrick Lamar won this beef. Kendrick Lamar didn't win shit. He got a little baby bag off of this shit, and Drake came, bam, big dog bag. Now what? Smashed his ass with his wallet. Stop yourself. Stop yourself. My boy Odenani, the greatest. What up, Odenani?
Yo, Brandon, you good? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, bro? What is you playing in the
How's it going? Can you
background,
hear
bro?
me?
You at the club?
Sorry, I'm at the gym. Nah, bro, I finished from work and then I came straight to the gym, man. And then they're playing fucking Afro beats in the gym.
This
Like,
dude is on.
so
This
that's
dude is
what
at
you
the
guys see
gym
me in the
doing
background.
push-ups right now.
Nah, G, man, the gym is looking quite empty right now, man. So I said I should come get some work in before I go home.
Okay,
Literally.
so
But
you got an
yeah,
opinion on this?
yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, see, the thing with I don't know. Tariq is a kind of a joke, man. Like we've already established that. I enjoy some of his content when I'm trying to have a laugh, especially when he's like dunking on some of those like quote unquote alt-right quote unquote alt-right trolls. But then it's other shit where people start taking him serious. Like he's actually dude. I saw someone tweet recently.
You cut out. You cut out. Your signal is
I mean, what
bad.
do you mean? Oh,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
sorry. Hang
Come
on.
on, man.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
But I heard what you said. You said, "Oh, Tariq is like a joke." You said you only watch his content when you're trying to get a good laugh, and you don't understand why O'Shea actually takes this dude seriously.
Dude, like Oshie started kissing his ass for no reason. For
I,
let
I,
me not say for no reason to be
I
fair.
think
But
O'Shea
I got
kisses his. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, Maggie.
I think O'Shea kisses his ass because of the fan base. Like O'Shea is like, I think he's on that thing like him and
Yes.
Tariq share an audience. So he just says good things about Tariq to they'll keep coming back, right? If you kiss Tariq's ass. So it's chess, not checkers. He's thinking about like the long term. I mean, I don't really question nothing O'Shea does because I understand with this YouTube stuff, man, you got to sell all types of
True.
controversy and degeneracy. If you really try to talk about
True.
something that really is meaningful, most black people not trying to watch it.
Nah, man. Like there's a reason why you start to ask. I remember when you start to ask the question of, okay, at this point, which we get some people that come onto Tariq spaces, for example. I've got a few clips here and there from YouTube where you see some people like Nigerians or other immigrants that come on his spaces and they ask some stupid questions. But there are every now and then when like some people actually ask some serious questions, like, okay, is this really where it ends? And yeah, Tariq would always say it's not the place of immigrants to talk about what Black Americans should be doing with their time. Which I mean, he is right. At the end of the day, up to a level, we're the ones who left our homeland and came over to a stranger's land to do our own thing. Uh, However, it's still a very serious question though, because these days it's just like the movement that you're talking about, the movement that you took away from Yvette Cannell, then you're saying, "Oh, I'm going to show you guys the way to actually take things forward." And all it is these days is you trolling around with or try trolls on Twitter or making memes about immigrants. I mean, it's funny as hell, but what's next, man? I remember when you highlighted that point about the whole reparations task force in California and how it was a bloody Democrat that actually that actually was the bane of it all at the end of the day, and the Republican was actually the one. Obviously, like you said, and you highlighted that. I was catching your live, and you highlighted that in one of your lives where you're like, yeah, it's not like the Republican is trying to take reparations serious, but at least he was the one to actually push the motion forward. So
No,
you have people doing this.
one
Yeah,
hundred
yeah,
100%. Yeah. The Republican guy just motioned for the vote to prove to these black people, look, these people ain't
yeah,
really fucking with y'all. And if you needed any, and if that wasn't enough proof for you to see that these Democrats are playing you for a fool, then you're just an idiot and you're a waste of time anyway. And I keep telling people, these people screaming and hollering about reparations, they're a waste of time because they
yeah,
are willing to kiss everyone's ass and nutsack in the name of, in the hopes of getting reparations. So if you get down there with them kissing nutsacks when they don't get it, guess what? You still didn't kiss the nutsack, dude. You got nothing. You just get
yeah,
humiliated. And this is what I'm saying. It's like the slave that betrays a slave rebellion. Well, dude, if the massa ends up putting the slave rebellion down, what does that do for you? All it does is keep you in slavery. So you didn't
Yep.
win. It's the lose-lose proposition. And that's what I think is going on. Oh, the 90. Thank you, my brother, for coming up. You got any last
G,
point?
thank you. No, really, I'll just keep listening to you, my G. Like, you help me get through this bloody workout, man, mate. I'm tired already, but yeah,
No worries.
thank you, G.
I'll try to keep you motivated. Thank you for coming up, my brother. I
Cheers,
appreciate
my
it.
G. Take care now.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But people are seeing it. People are seeing it. And I want to let you guys know one thing. Keep going with this foolishness. The majority of people are waking up and seeing the truth. This FBA hate cult is getting smaller and smaller. I remember on X when they spaces used to have like 500 people. You listen to these spaces, you go look at these spaces now, they're lucky if they got 20 people in those spaces now. Because life is hitting these fools in the neck. Like, dude, I could be on the internet hating on immigrants, hating on everybody else, but how is that going to help me? I could be on the internet bashing freaking Africans and all that shit. Did that just pay this damn $3,500 that I just had to pay to get a damn transmission put in my car? No, it didn't help me at all with that. Life is still happening. While you're on the internet hating on other groups, life is still happening. And you're going to get way further focused on the life that's happening around you and doing something to make your life better than you're going to get trying to tear other people down. You could it's better to climb the ladder than to be at the bottom of the ladder trying to chop off steps to bring other people down. It doesn't work that way. By the time you finish destroying the ladder, they're already at the top and you still on the bottom and you can't even climb up. And if you want to use reparations as the excuse or reason for that, go right ahead. But I'm telling you, just like we learned in this election in November, the majority of this country does not support that. The majority of the country does not support that. And the overwhelming majority of black people don't even support reparations because they voted for the candidate who was like, yo, we got to stop talking about reparations or I can't win. The majority of black people voted to stop talking about reparations so Kamala Harris could win in November, and she still lost. Reparations is not a deal breaker for nobody in America, especially not black people. Bobby said, Brandon, I have to agree. Let me get this up here because I know. Bobby, Brandon, I got to disagree with you. Kendrick did win. He got the #1 rap song in the world still, and he's up for a Grammy for a diss record. Would be the first diss record in history to win a Grammy. Bobby, tisk, tisk, tisk. Have you ever heard me on my old shows where I talked about how Negroes care more about making history than making a bag? Bruh, if I told you right now, if you go through door number 1, you get a Grammy Award. If you go through door number 2, you get $600 million. Which door are you going to go through? Which door are you going to go through? Say the Grammy so I can slap you. Which door are you going to go through? Which doors you going to go through? That's my question. Kendrick Lamar don't give a damn about it. Kendrick Lamar has 17 Grammys, dog. Kendrick Lamar has 17 Grammys, bro. What the hell is one more Grammy gonna do but other than work as a doorstop? He did win, Brandon. He got the #1 song in America, and he's nominated for another Grammy. First diss song, first Grammy for a diss song ever. Wow. Who cares? Who cares? I'm sure Kendrick Lamar would much rather have that $600 million deal with the NFL. Anybody would. See, that's the problem with a lot of us. No shade to Bobby, but I'm throwing some. We don't even know what a win is. In order to win, you got to know what a win is. It's like in a game. In order to score a touchdown in football, you got to know where the touchdown at. In order to make a basket in the NFL, you got to know which basket is yours. We don't even know what a win is in our community. You think a damn Grammy is bigger than a $600 million deal? You know, there's people who work their whole life, and we are them. We are those people who will never even come close to making a $600 million deal with anyone. And you talking about a damn Grammy. We got a better chance of getting a Grammy than we do at getting $600 million. Dude, there's bands you never even heard of. Arcade Fire and shit got a Grammy. What does that mean? Africulture, you summed it up. Ideas are wins to us. 100%. Show you right, Ray Ray. 100%. Symbolism. Brandon, he got a Grammy. That's priceless. Yep, he got 17 of them. He could play bowling with them motherfuckers. That's how I mean. 17 Grammys. What is he going to do with the next one he win? Be broke? Yeah, but I got these Grammys, though. You can't sell a Grammy Award on eBay. I don't think. When people come down off that weird high, people are going to realize that Drake had the better records. Whose song you going to listen to when you're driving down the highway? I'm listening 1,000% to Drake. I will Drake and drive, bro. All day. And it should be hitting too. Dude, I'll be in the airport. feeling a little bit stressed. I pop on that Drake, dude. I'm walking through the airport bumping Drake, bro. I'm flying, I'm going somewhere, I'm bumping. There's only a few artists I'm bumping on the travel tip. I'm bumping Jasmine Sullivan. I'm bumping Drake. I'm bumping Calvin for real. I might bump a little John Legend, a little Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. I might bump some Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Certain music, it gets me in an upbeat mood, especially when I'm traveling long hours on the plane. I must have listened to that Tupac song, Me Against the World, about 100 times on my last flight. I bumped some Future. I was listening to Red Leather so much. It's just certain stuff that I listen to. But I don't think Kendrick Lamar is on any of my playlists right now. None. He got a couple good songs on the new album. I like Whacked Out Murals. That's probably my favorite song on there. Yeah, Family Matters is a great song. Also, what's the other one? Is it called Put the Family First? Keep the Family First? I got Drake all through my playlist. Stop playing, dude. Drake, I'm going to listen to Drake, bro. Straight up. I've been listening to Drake used to this or whatever, him and Future. I like that song. Listen to that song on Western Road Flows on that album. Feel No Ways. That's my jam. Keep the Family Close. Listen to that. That's hard. Keep the Family Close. Redemption. Controller is a banger. Child's Play is a banger. Fire and Desire. Cause you a real ass woman and I like it. I don't want to fight. Bruh, stop. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing, bro. Please. And I could make a song in my car that sound 90% better than most of this shit that y'all listening to over here hooping and hollering over. Trust me. Y'all don't get those tracks, but I be making them all the time. Just driving down the road. So I'm a creative person. And I'm telling you, creators, people who are creative, they understand the gravity and magnitude of what Drake does. That guy produces albums you can actually listen to. Most of these rappers put an album out with one hit, and nowadays it's half a hit, and the rest of the shit is pure garbage. Oh, yeah, 100% Isaiah, most versatile mainstream rapper, for real. This dude got all types of records and stuff. I'm just saying, bigger flex, got Kim K on his arm now. He's winning. Y'all over here talking about some, they not like us. You ain't like them or us, you know. But guys, that's gonna be it for me today for right now. Don't forget to go over to the Notorious BDT channel. That's where you guys are gonna get all the clips from these episodes. I'm gonna clip up the last video and this video, and I'm gonna start releasing the clips in case y'all, you're not able to watch all the content. You can go over there. That's where you're gonna find the clips, short form content, a little bit of reaction. We're gonna talk about a little bit of everything over there. Over here, we're gonna keep it Pan-African. We're gonna definitely keep it from a Black African American Pan-African perspective. That's like our angle. This is where we're from. This is what we know in depth. These are the things that we understand the nuances of. Just like a Kenyan would give you a Kenyan perspective on Pan-Africanism coming from where they're at. That's what the goal is. I don't know what everybody else is doing. I don't care what they're doing. All I want to make sure is that until the next time we meet, please take care of yourself. And y'all already know, most importantly, take care of each other. Peace.